Hi folks, we hope you'll enjoy the upcoming answers to this hot question. What is your favorite superhero film and why? Dark Knight. It's what made me love Batman. It's the 4th highest rated movie ever on IMDb for a reason. Still mad that the Academy didn't consider it for Best Picture. They literally re-evaluated the way they look at movies because of it. Still quite the legacy. I have a certain nostalgia for the original Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man. It had lots of humor, a good origin story and a decent romantic subplot. Mostly, though, I wasn't burned out by the dozens of superhero movies that have been produced since and come to dominate the movie market. Plus it made my favorite meme ever in a cave. With a box of scraps. Dread. Duck. That movie blew my mind. Went in with low expectations and it basically gave me exactly what I wanted in an action movie. No filler, just pure action. In case you have forgotten, this block operates under the same rules as the rest of the city. Mama is not the law, I am the law. As for you, Mama, judgment time. Into the Spider-Verse. I want to see an X-Men in that style. What a shout. In the retro costumes too. With Ryan Reynolds making an appearance as Deadpool somewhere in the background. The Incredibles is up there for me. Such wholesome. I love how The Incredibles is in a lot of ways a meta-commentary on superheroes before superhero movies and the subsequent meta-superhero commentary movies became big. It predicted the future of superhero movies. It did get wrong about how it places so much importance on secret identities when the MCU essentially shat on the concept. It seems they're even ditching it with Spider-Man. Logan. It was so depressing and human and I loved it. Hugh Jackman and Sir Patrick Stewart really gave it their all and you could tell they were saying goodbye to these characters they've both played for 10 plus years. I held it together until she turned the cross to an X. Guardians of the Galaxy. The wee me hooked. On a feeling perhaps? No, he's just high. On believing, maybe? Spider-Man 2. I think The Dark Knight might be a better film but Spider-Man 2 is a better superhero film. I love how Peter is the main character and it's his struggles to balance life with being Spider-Man that makes the movie so good. The guy has such bad luck you can't help but feel for him. When he gives up being Spider-Man his life finally starts to come together and you are so happy for him. That's when he realizes when he saves the kid from the burning building and finds out that someone never made it out. If he doesn't save them, who will? It's not his powers that make him a hero, it's the fact that he is just an average guy struggling in New York, so he gives up having a life to help the little guys. Because he is one when I was young I never knew why he was losing his powers but when I rewatched recently it was his love for MJ and that exact issue that Dr. Octavius was saying about storing love inside and it will make him sick. It has everything you could want from a superhero movie. Likeable main character, compelling villain, campy fun and amazing action. Perfect movie for my favorite character in all of fiction. Constantine is full of amazing moments, I love that movie. Can you imagine if he shows up in the new Wonder Woman movie with Keanu Reeves playing him? Totally out of the blue? He's such a fun character whenever he pops up in the DCU. If they were smart they could have done that. But they ain't. Might catch flack for this but Sky High. Not the best movie by any means but I enjoyed it and it brings back some good memories. Love Sky High. It's so damn corny and silly, but in the best way. Bruce Campbell was amazing in this movie. Been a lot of great ones mentioned, but I'm really partial to Hellboy. Such a great film and the sequel was also fantastic. Any thoughts on the new one? I haven't seen it. I need to watch it, but I'll be really surprised if it matches up to the original too. They should have just made the last movie in the trilogy. Starting a new film just threw me off. I didn't like the new Hellboy's design. Deadpool? Suits my type of humor and the action is perfect. You can pinpoint the exact moment that Reddit fell in love with Ryan Reynolds as when this movie was released. You couldn't get a more perfect casting. I've been a fan Ryan Reynolds since Two Guys a Girl and Pizza Place. Watchmen. However rushed and inelegant it was, compared to the original source, it nevertheless stayed true to the original's terrific plot and characterizations. Thus, it almost couldn't help but be a great film, regardless of the source material being more cohesive. Went and saw this with my dad opening night. Best part of the whole movie was counting how many families rushed out of the theater. One particularly intrepid family of 5 made it all the way through the bone-crunching violence and sex scene, only to finally be forced to leave when a guy got his arm sawed off. I mean, it's rated R, they got what they deserved. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Love those films. I had to scroll so far. Spider-Man 2 is my personal favorite superhero movie. If I was sober I'd say Winter Soldier or Wonder Woman, but I'm had 3 drinks so Shazam. Shazam! Had a really strong heart to it, honestly. I loved that movie. Billy and his siblings are all genuinely great characters and you're really rooting for them the whole film. Also, they weren't afraid to make his mom a selfish, kinda garbage person. Too often they try to give a parent deserting their kid some kind of noble spin, but in this case she was a dumb, selfish kid who went on to make precisely nothing of herself. As someone who's seen a few too many people tie themselves in knots trying to be loved by parents who aren't ever going to even try, I appreciated the contrast of fricked up birth families and a loving family of choice. What would have been your answer or question? Leave it in the comments below. Slap that like and subscribe button for more, and check out the link in the video description for even more answers. Peace out, and catch you in the next video.